Ever wonder what secrets a country holds? Today, we're diving into some lesser known, and sometimes controversial, facts about the United States that might just change how you see it. These aren't conspiracy theories, but documented historical events and policies that often get left out of the mainstream conversation. Let's start with something from the history books that feels like science fiction. Project M. This was a real CIA program that began in the 1950s. The goal: to develop mind control techniques. The agency conducted experiments, sometimes on unwitting American citizens, using methods like hypnosis and various substances to see if they could manipulate people's mental states and actions. The project was officially halted, and many documents were destroyed, but its existence raises profound questions about government power and ethics that are still debated today. Next, let's talk about something called COINTELPRO, short for Counterintelligence Program. This was an FBI operation from the 1950s to the 1970s, aimed at monitoring and disrupting domestic political organizations. While the initial target was the Communist Party, it expanded to include civil rights groups, anti-war protesters, and other activist movements. The FBI used tactics like surveillance, infiltration, and psychological warfare to discredit leaders and weaken these groups. The program was exposed in the 70s, leading to congressional investigations and major reforms. But it remains a stark reminder of the tensions between national security and civil liberties. Now, for something a little different, let's look at the economy. Did you know that the United States is one of the only developed nations in the world that does unlegally mandate paid maternity leave? While some companies offer it, there's no federal law requiring employers to provide paid time off for new mothers. This is a topic of intense debate, with arguments focusing on everything from economic impacts on small businesses to the health and well-being of families. It highlights a significant difference in social policy between the US and many other countries. Here's another one that might surprise you. Related to health, until the year 2000, the US government held a patent on the cannabis plant, specifically Patent 6,630,507, which covered the potential use of certain cannabinoids as antioxidants and This is often seen as contradictory, given that the federal government simultaneously classified cannabis as a Schedule I drug, meaning it had no currently accepted medical use. This dual stance has been at the center of legal and medical debates for years, especially as more states move to legalize marijuana for medical and recreational use. Finally, let's touch on the concept of civil asset forfeiture. This is a legal process where law enforcement can seize assets from individuals suspected of being involved in criminal activity, often without ever charging them with a crime. The original intent was to cripple large-scale criminal organizations by taking their financial resources. However, critics argue that it's often used in ways that disproportionately affect ordinary people, creating a controversial incentive for law enforcement agencies who sometimes get to keep a portion of the seized assets. These topics are complex, with deep historical roots and ongoing debates. They show that a nation's story is always more layered and complicated than it first appears. Exploring them helps us understand the present and ask better questions about the future. What are your thoughts on these issues? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives. Thanks for watching.